Introduce you to everybody watching. I am here with Jim Gilmour of the legendary Canadian band Saga. Jim has released, and the band is about to release their 23rd studio album. It's just unbelievable. On March 12th via Ear Music. It's called Symmetry, and it's the first record since 2014's Saga City, I believe. And we can find Jim playing accordion, clarinet, and of course keyboards. So we're going to talk a little bit
Piano.
about that. Okay, yeah, right, of course. Um, First question I have to ask is, how are we here? In January 2017, the band announced its retirement. That was pretty forward about the retiring the band name. But yet we're here, and I am so joyous about it. What made you guys reconsider that?
Well, we were actually going to, and then our promoter asked us to do 5 final shows in Germany, and they were completely sold out, and and they were outside in castles, and okay, well, I guess they don't want us to go yet. So, and then so we decided, to why not? I mean,
Yep. Yeah, and I want to talk to you about that too. Of course, you have the popularity in Canada, but you really in Germany they are just amazing. I've got the chart positions and things, and in Germany, I mean, you're gods in Germany. Why do you think that is? Why the difference? Same
we
with this.
don't know.
Yeah, it's strange how the appeal is. They get it.
Germany and Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Who would have thought?
right. That's what
Like they have a lot in common.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that is really and so distant, but yet, they get Saga music, I think. Uh,
Yeah.
it's pretty great. It's pretty great. Now, this new album, Symmetry, of course, coming out on March 12th, is an acoustic album, uh, different arrangements on classic songs. So what was the decision to make it an acoustic album, and how did you choose the songs to put on it?
Well, first of all, on Jim's last tour, which was supposed to be our final tour, um, we did an acoustic set. We opened for ourselves, so that was called Pocket. So at first, people didn't know who this band was until we came out, and I sat at the accordion and on clarinet and stuff. So we did record all those shows and tape, film them and stuff, but with all that footage, and we just thought it'd be better just to record a proper studio album instead of going in and trying to fix all the the live stuff, because it's acoustic. There's going to be out of tune instruments and
Right.
stuff like that. So let's do it properly, and that's how that idea came.
Fantastic. Yeah, how do you choose the songs for something like that? Your catalog's quite vast at this point.
Yeah. There was no we didn't have any what's the word for it? There was no rules. We just threw songs around, and we all agreed or disagreed with them. And there's still a few more that are, that we have bed tracks for. So you never know, someday.
Yeah, yeah, we'd love to hear it because this thing is it's insane. I mean, it's
Not a
fantastic.
regular unplugged album, that's for sure.
No, it is not. And the first song on there is Pitchman, of course. And wow. I mean, it's always been a favorite of mine. Acoustic, I think I like it acoustically even better. It's
Uh,
just it's just amazing. All the instruments seem to jump out at you. Um, Production on this. Did you produce it yourselves?
yeah, we pretty much did it, and then we to mix it, we sent it to our friend Brian Foraker in Nashville, and we worked with him on the mixes. So
Yeah. And
so
it's
we all had a hand. I mean, Jim was he's like the guy that puts everything together, but we all have to agree on everything. So
And that's I think that's that's why you're here, almost 45 years later. uh you know there's it's a band effort, and I think it shows for sure. Now you first picked up the accordion. That was your first instrument, right, at 9.
yeah,
And then you studied to be an opera singer.
yeah,
So you didn't get started on keyboards until 17.
I was I didn't start playing piano till I was 17 because I needed to have a grade 8 piano to get into University of Toronto
Yeah.
for opera school. So you had to have a certain proficiency in piano.
Wow.
Well, that didn't work out, and then me and my friends from university decided to put together a prog rock band. So then we did things, and we took the year off university. We all studied music, and we did Gentle Giant and Genesis, and all the stuff I love.
Right.
And
Right.
and then I never went back. Saga, the managers heard me play, and they asked me if I wanted to join. That was like 2 days before going back to university.
Wow.
So I never did the opera star thing, but
Yeah, well, I mean, you get to sing, that's for sure. And I mean, it's the Saga has the voices, that's for sure. Is there a keyboard player in particular at that time when you decided you were going to play piano and take that on the road with you and make it your life? Is there a keyboard player that particularly inspired you to do that?
well, I mean the obvious guys, you know,
Mm.
Emerson, Wakeman, Tony Kaye, and Gentle Giant, and Eddie Jobson was actually a big influence on me.
Excellent.
And because of UK is when I took the loan out to buy my CS80. So he was a big influence.
Excellent. Excellent. I've always been raptured by the chapters in Saga music. And for anybody who's not familiar with it's the concept album within the concept album concept.
Yeah,
Having each chapter, a couple of chapters on each album, and sporadically placed throughout your catalog. But put together, they are a concept album in themselves. How were those written? Was that something that you guys did as the albums came out, or were they written beforehand and you just placed them on the album?
they're kind of both. I mean, the whole idea of the chapters and Einstein's brain and all that, that was all out of Jim's head. So he
Mm.
kind of knew where they were going, but there was never anything written until we did an album. So,
Yeah.
like maybe I would write a piece of music and Mike or Jim would say, "Oh, that might could sound good as a chapter." It kind of worked like that sometimes.
Man, it's incredible. I love the concept. Really great. When you stepped into Saga in 79, it was, right?
Yeah.
Wow. What was your first thoughts of the band?
Um, well, I mean, I've only been in one band before, like I told you, and that was only 6 months. So I didn't really have a lot of experience about writing, or so I had to. I studied composition in university, but that was classical music.
Mhm.
So becoming a new kind of keyboard player in a new band, it was kind of frightening in a way.
Right.
But once we started rehearsing and I felt more comfortable and they started accepting more of my ideas, but it took a little while for that to happen. I was only like 21, so
Right. Wow.
so
Yeah, that had to be pretty frightening. Now you
yeah,
had
my first show with the band was at Maple Leaf Gardens in
oh,
Toronto.
awesome. That's pretty, man, that had to be really frightening.
That was.
Wow, that is really cool though. Now you had the classical background, as you said.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because on this new record, I really feel like a lot of those things are here. There is, I mean, the band has always been progressive, and I think there's a lot of classical leanings in progressive music usually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I really hear it. Like I said, the instrumentation on Symmetry acoustically here is really upfront, and you really hear every single thing. Um, do you feel like your classical background has been in play over the years?
Oh, definitely, for sure. I mean, you know about proper chord changes and voicings and things, and yeah, for sure, it's definitely helped.
Yeah, yeah, that's fantastic. Um, Michael left the band in 2007, of course, and you guys did a YouTube, which was pretty unique at the time, um, audition on people singing over On the Loose and Wind 'Em Up, I
Yeah.
believe. Found Rob Marotti, did The Human Condition. How did the band dynamic change with that? Because I love that record. And
I
I
do
love
too.
Rob's voice. I think it's a great Saga record. It feels like Saga to me. But for you on the inside, how did the band dynamic change? Because Michael obviously is a huge part of Saga.
Well, live it definitely was different because Rob, even though he was a great singer, he didn't have any experience live. So, I mean, I ended up having to do a lot of the chattering to the audience, and I'm pretty busy as it is, so it was kind of tiring in a lot of ways. But Rob was a great guy, he still is a great guy, and I think he did a great job on the album. And I know some people hate it just because it's not Mike,
Right. I
but
I I love it. Just so you know, I really enjoy Human Condition. I might get some flack from the hardcore Lifetime Saga fans, but that's okay. I enjoy it as I do all Saga records, but that one is really a favorite of mine actually. Do you look back on that time with positive thoughts?
yeah, because we had a cottage up north, a couple hours up north, and we spent a couple of months up there writing and doing the initial recording. So it was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. Now Michael returned in 2012, of course. Um, did the band chemistry, was it different? Did the
No,
writing change?
it was just like where we left off.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. And I mean, you guys are a family at this point.
Oh yeah, we never stopped talking. So
Yeah, yeah, and that's fantastic to hear. Um, does Michael perform any of those songs?
we actually rehearsed one or two for the last tour, and we never got around to playing them. But if there is a tour at the end of this
Yeah,
pandemic,
man.
um,
Uh,
I would like to you know suggest we revisit that again. So
okay, and he would be open to that then.
he's the one who suggested it.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, really great. Um, Over the years, what do you think the biggest change in Saga's music's been, if any?
I don't know. We don't really think about it. We just every album is different, and uh, we very rarely go back and we wrote this 5 6 years ago. Let's use it on this. We never do that. We always pretty much start fresh. So, but we never overanalyze anything, and
Right.
we just write and we write and we present our ideas to each other, and we pick the best bits and go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, every album is different. I listen to Behavior, and it's a lot different than Saga City. And
Right.
some of it, like some might say that it has a dated feel because of that the 80s sound with the drums are a little produced a little bit different. It's product of the time. Do you ever listen to, is there anything in the catalog that you listen to from the past that you're you cringe a little? You know that you don't like?
To be honest, I don't listen to anything.
I kind of figured that actually, you know. Uh, but
Nothing makes me cringe because we have, of course, when we haven't played a song, I've got to listen to the original. And some songs I'm going, what is it? I don't even know we did that. And then I got to figure out what sounds I used. But no, I don't really cringe.
I was gonna say I think Saga is one of the few bands that has a solid catalog from start to finish. There really isn't anything. You know, everybody usually has a stumbling block of some sort, where whoops, we kind of were just trying something, but I
There
don't,
is a bit of that, but
and not much, not much. It's pretty great catalog. Um, do you think there's a quintessential Saga song? It's a huge catalog. Is there a song that, I got a kid at work and he asked me who Saga is. What do I play for him? What defines Saga? Is there a song that defines
I
this?
think one of them would be "Don't Be Late." You know, that's always
Yeah,
that's usually the concert closer, and
yeah,
it's a favorite.
yeah. It's
But for the more commercially minded, the "On the Loose,"
Of course, of course. And that was my introduction to the band actually, way back in the day. And it's a great introduction, but I don't think that is what you guys do best.
Yeah, well,
It's a great song. I love it. I still listen to it and love it. Uh, but yeah, don't be late. And I mean, there's a lot of things that really define you guys. And I have to ask, have you been writing since the pandemic, since Symmetry and all that? Are you writing new material?
oh yeah, I was just writing before we connected here, so
Oh,
every day I spend a little while. I've
yeah.
got a whole bunch of ideas, and maybe I'll do a solo album. Some stuff is more saga-ish. I'm
Okay.
just compiling ideas,
All right.
until everyone wants to do something. So,
Cool. Now you say you talk all the time, via Zoom, that kind of thing.
me and Ian or Jim, we talk on the phone almost every day or every other day.
Wow,
So
that's great. So we will probably see another Saga album.
I would say so. I mean,
Man, that's exciting. That is
so
really exciting. So being that, we just a few years back we were saying goodbye, and it's pretty great. It's pretty great to have you here and have the opportunity to look forward to more Saga music. I have to ask you, I'll let you go. I know you, and I don't want to stop you from writing, that's for sure. I'll be on a hit list if I do that. Uh, is there one thing in your life, musically or personally, that you've always wanted to do that you have yet to do?
I am a big canoe trip person, so I like to maybe go up to the Arctic or down the Amazon, something like that.
Wow, those are quite different, aren't they? Wow. Well, you've got the Arctic fairly close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's here today, I'll tell you.
I can only imagine. We're not warm here in Chicago, but
No,
boy,
you're not that far away. Chicago is so much like Toronto, and it's almost the same size and same population, and
uh,
it's right on the lake. And
uh,
last time I was there, it feels like I'm in Toronto. It's weird.
really,
Yeah,
really. See, I have not been to Toronto, and I've always wanted to go to Canada.
you have a Lakeshore Boulevard, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Right.
do we,
Yeah. Yep.
right on the lake.
Yep. Lakeshore Drive, and I grew up right there, so I would feel right at home where you are, I'm sure.
So you a Blackhawks fan?
Yeah, yeah. I don't watch as much now. A little bit of a bandwagon. Yeah, there you go. It's been a while for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah,
Over the
they're
years.
number one in the league right now. So
Yep, yep. It's happening again. So, yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
The Hawks are done, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah. But we had a run. But hey Jim, I can't wait till this thing is over and you can come visit here and
Yeah.
hear you play and see the guys and just have a good time
Yeah, we'll maybe see you at the Arcada.
yeah, that would be really cool. What'd you think of that venue?
I loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely loved it.
He's done. Wait till you see it. He's done a ton of things to it. Just gutted it and put dressing rooms for you guys in there and all kinds of things. Redid everything. So
Since the last time we were there?
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
During the pandemic, he figured he's not going to waste the time. He's got nobody in there, so he's redoing the whole thing, and
Cool.
it's going to be something extra special. So
Right on.
yeah, very cool.
Right on. We'll see you there.
Fantastic. Jim, I appreciate your time. Thanks
No
so much.
problem, man.
All right. Take care, bud.
Cheers.
All right.